So part two to the idolatry is the Bronze Serpent. So Yahweh sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. Then the people came to Moses and said, "We have sinned because we have spoken against Yahweh and against you. Pray to Yahweh that he may remove the serpents from us." And Moses prayed for the people. Then Yahweh said to Moses, "Make a fiery serpent and set it on a standard, and it will be that everyone who is bitten and looks at it will live." And Moses made a bronze serpent and set it on a standard. And it happened that if a serpent bit any man, when he looked to the bronze serpent, he lived. So they had to look at what was afflicting them. The fiery serpents were biting them and they were dying. So our father had Moses set a fiery serpent on a pole, and they had to look at it to be healed. So they had to look at what it was that was afflicting them. They had to face it. They had to face it down. There was no finding old habits. There was no shifting behaviors. There was no finding other ways to get around this or that or skirting around it. They had to look at what it was that was killing them. That was the only way that they could be healed. That's the accountability portion of the idolatry that we go, like the idolatry and the intercessors that we make for ourselves. Like, we have to face what it is that afflicts us. Because if we don't acknowledge that change needs to happen, then change is not going to happen. We're going to keep finding all of these ways to get around what we don't want to face. But the simple fact is that if we don't face what it is that's killing us, we will die. They will eventually kill us. We have to face these things. This is the only way that we can get healing. Because when we face it, we acknowledge it, we process these things, and we submit them to the feet of Yeshua, Jesus. That's how we get healing. But until we acknowledge that we need to submit something and let go of it, it's not going to go anywhere. And we can try to justify all the things that we want to try to justify. But we need to take accountability for the things that we do. You know, some of the trauma is not our fault. You know, sometimes that's other people's problems. But burying it is not a solution. Not processing it is not a solution. That's a quick fix. And you're allowing your flesh too much room to find ways to intercede in the wrong way, instead of looking to our mediator that we have, our high priest in Yeshua Jesus, to stand in that gap for us. But if we're not willing to let go, it won't go anywhere. But we have to identify what it is we have to let go of first. And the only way that we can do that is to be accountable. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to be brutally honest with ourselves and the things that we are doing that's unhealthy, or behavioral patterns that we've learned to avoid uncomfortable situations, or whatever the case is. But we have to face these things. That's the only way that we can be healed. Because without facing them, there's no way that we will ever submit them. Not fully. I love y'all. May Yahweh bless you.